Hey, what up? Good evening, family. This is Joe checking in for the No Picks podcast.
What up, family? This is Ty.
How you feeling, Ty?
I feel good, man. It's been a while.
Yeah,
About
that's
a
what's
week
up,
and four
man.
days or something. Let's get to it.
Yeah, let's get active. So today we're gonna react to it's on the screen now, but I'm gonna read the quote. This is off so I don't know how closely you have been following the Dwight situation or if you've heard about it. I'm sure you have, but this is related to the Dwight situation. So we're just gonna read the caption, and then we're just gonna have a conversation about what's going on with Dwight and all this mess. So we'll get right into it. So we're gonna read this quote. All right. All right, here we go. It says, this is from Stephen Harper. This is the guy who is trying to sue or put charges against Dwight, claiming that he was, sexually assaulted, that Dwight forced himself on him. So this is from his social media account. He's posting about another person now that we've been hearing about called Kitty, who you'll see right here on the, the right of the screen. That's Kitty. So let's figure out who Kitty is. All right, so this says, first and last time I'll ever address this. I would never expose a man or intentionally ruin someone's career, which is why I haven't publicly spoke about this until now. With all due respect, Kitty is an older, unattractive person in their 40s. Hours into me being at Dwight Howard's home, he ambushed me with this person. Dwight never showed me pictures of Kitty nor disclosed their gender. Kitty walked in with a full beard, 2-inch heels, and a 28-piece church wig. Immediately I was thrown off, uncomfortable, and expressed that I wanted to leave. Shortly after, Dwight forced himself onto me, then demanded that Kitty drop me off instead of me calling an Uber to his home. This situation was truly traumatic and has affected me in many ways. Out of fear and intimidation, I did not speak. However, I will not sit back and allow lies to be told about me. I was
Mm.
not Dwight's first victim, but hopefully I'm not his last. All right, and that's Kitty right here.
Right.
Look, all right, Kitty. And this is the Dwight situation. So, oh yeah, and just because y'all remember this shit.
Other end, we got some stops. Our D was good tonight, so we got to make sure our D stay good. Before the game, Kent Bazemore told me it's too far into the season to allow two losses back to back. If you agree with that, how important is that win? Oh, it's very important, but it starts with the D. So we got to make sure we keep playing defense.
Starts with the D. All right, so I guess we can. If you want to leave this up for now, we want to drop this down. Like,
Yeah, we can take that off. I
all
think
right, yeah, let's get the ball
you
off
read
the
it
screen.
already, so we got to.
All right, bro. Thoughts? How closely? Like, what do you know about the situation? Like, what do you think, bro?
All right. So it depends on who you believe, right? So all right. So before this statement came out from Stephen Harper, right?
Yeah,
Um, I I read that I saw on YouTube and read that before this became, before he brought charges up against Dwight, it's being brought up like a civil suit. Are you trying to sue
okay,
him for money or whatever? So before that happened, the white people are saying that he tried to extort him.
okay.
So he's trying to be like, hey, he was like, hey, basically hit him up like, yo, like, give me some money, or I'll take this route,
Oh,
right?
I see. Like blackmailing
So,
him or something, like
well,
extorting.
yeah,
Yeah,
trying to
pretty
blackmail
much.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, I guess, I mean, the more we find out, the more we'll know. But this ain't the first time it's ever happened to Dwight. This happened, what, I
Yeah.
don't know if you remember, about 5-6 years ago.
Right.
It was like a transgender person came out saying like, oh well, I had a relationship with Dwight, and it was the same kind of situation.
Right.
They were trying to extort him, and he, well, this one, they were trying to extort him, and
Yeah.
Dwight's people kept reaching out to the person saying like, yo, you know, um, you can't extort it. Like they were threatening him in some way, right? So he kept coming out, or the transgender person, right? However they want to be described, they kept coming out saying like, oh well, I won't be intimidated, blah blah blah, this and that. And it kind of basically, like, I mean, people knew about it. We had wind of it, but it kind of got swept under the rug because he didn't really address it, publicly,
Yeah.
and so people just ignored it, right? And but this comes up, and people are kind of like, oh, this is crazy. But if I'm being honest, back then people kind of knew something was fishy. You know what I mean? They're like, bro, like, who's just gonna randomly come out of, like, nowhere with this allegation, right? Like, especially if you
Right.
didn't know this person or whatever you were claiming, because he never addressed it. He didn't give really anybody anything to go on.
Yeah.
So that was easy for him to sweep under the rug. But so this is my take on it, right? The confusing thing to me about, in general, about the LGBTQ plus community, right, is that they don't seem to have any qualms about exposing someone, right? And that kind of rubs me the wrong way, because it's like, okay, their whole philosophy is, okay, you love who you want to love. You know, we're all equal, whether you're heterosexual, homosexual, or whatever sexual you want to be, sci-fi
Right.
sexual, whatever dumb shit, whatever sexual people want to make up. Um, their whole thing is, hey, we're all equal. Ain't nothing weird. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing weird with homosexual sex. Ain't nothing weird with lesbian sex. Ain't nothing weird with transgender sex. Ain't nothing weird with heterosexual sex or cis sex, whatever they want to say, right?
Right.
But like, how, like, I don't know how they get around the fact that, like, how do you expose somebody for something that's normal?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? All right. So take this for example, right? Say you, Joe, take away you being married, right? Let's say you hit somebody on Instagram tomorrow, and she's an attractive woman, right? Or let's say she hits you up, and she's like,
Okay.
okay, cool, like, you know, y'all link up, she flies you out to Miami, you bust her, you do what you need to do, right? Y'all, she take you out to dinner, right? Whatever, y'all have a good time, y'all have sex, she fly you back to Philly, right? 2 months later, she hits you up, yo, listen, you need to send me $1,000 or I'm gonna expose you. What's gonna be your response?
I mean, my emotional response is going to be anger because I'm like, this was consensual. We both agreed to do this. We both had fun. Why are you trying to get money out of me now after the fact? Like, I don't understand. Like, you flew me out, you fed me, we did the do. Like, why everybody got to know about this? Why are you trying to blackmail me?
Right.
I'd have to ask, like, why are you doing this? Like,
But what is there to expose? Like, you feel like
right,
there's no negative, there's no there.
right,
You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's no,
yeah,
so you're not gonna give into that demand because you're like, bro, we just have, now unless something like illegal happens or she's alleged
right,
something illegal, that's a different conversation, right? But if you're just alleging like, hey, you know what, we had consensual intercourse as adults, what is there to expose? You know what I'm
right,
saying? But on the flip side, like,
yeah,
a lot, you hear a lot of stories, a lot of situations where LGBTQ plus people expose heterosexual males, that people that we think are heterosexual males,
right,
and it's like, okay, if everybody's equal and nobody cares about, you know, sex or gender or anything like that, why are you exposing this person? Because you only expose people for a bad thing. You don't expose them for a good thing.
right, right. I mean, that's very interesting. You're right. I mean, yeah, there seems. I mean, there's this. There have been incidents in the past
Right,
where I've seen, members of the, alphabet community who have tried to expose someone that they were
right.
engaged with, someone who was heterosexual, or yeah, and
Just for having, the crazy thing is, this is what the part they're not acknowledging, or they don't want to address, or they want to kind of keep the us, bro. When you say, hey, you know, give me money or give into this demand or I'll expose you. What are you exposing me for? You're exposing me for having sex with you.
right,
So basically, you're acknowledging, and you think that I also acknowledge that having sex with you is something I should hide and be ashamed of.
right,
Just having sex, I don't mean anything illegal. I'm not saying, you know, we linked up and I chained you up in the basement, I fed you fish heads for a couple of days. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
right,
about just, hey, you know what? Ty, you, Sam, we have sex in a hotel room somewhere. We split up. A couple
right,
months later, Sam hits me up on
yeah,
Instagram. Yo, Ty, give me $1,000 or I'm gonna tell everybody that you know that we had sex. I thought we were all equal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
how are you exposing me for something that you claim is not really a big deal?
I think it's just for the people who do partake in this BS. I think that this is one of those contradictions within the
It's definitely a
community.
contradiction.
Because like you can't say that you respect people's sexual preferences, that you don't want to out people if they're not ready to be out.
Right,
All these things that they try, not all of them, but I'm just saying these are things that they try to do.
right.
But the moment that you engage with someone who is trying to keep it on the DL, it's kind of like they want to out them. It's kind of like they're like angry because they're like, "Why are you trying to hide it? Why don't
Right.
you just let it out?" And it's
Just
like,
let it
"Damn,
out.
bro, but he don't. Everybody don't want it out because the world
Yeah.
is." The world is the world. The world is the way it is. People are harsh. People will look at you differently. Like nobody want to do that. They know fools. I'm just saying it would be problematic to have a member like that in the locker room or smacking my ass at a game, or
Right.
it just changes the dynamic between people when you out someone like that. So you're right. I mean, I agree that people who do that is that it's for me it's I'm trying to limit the cussing, but I think it's
Yeah.
BS. I really do think it's BS. I do.
Guess who doesn't expose people? Uh, uh, Say Chris Brown flies some chick out, right? They have consensual sex. They both go their separate ways. If this chick hits Chris Brown up a month later,
Yeah.
hey, give me $1,000, or I'm gonna tell media takeout,
Yeah.
whoever, that you had sex with me. I'm not, and excluding she's alleging something illegal, right? So let's just say, hey, we
Right.
just have regular sex. That's not even a popular story on Instagram, because women get had sex with by famous people or regular every single day. That happens every day.
Right. Right.
But
That's
like it
true.
will make social media, it will make Shade Room, it will make all them Jones if Chris Brown bangs a transgender person or a dude.
Right. Because that's how this boy got cut up. That's
Right.
how what's his name? Guy who sings "Slow Down." What's his name? I just want
Bobby
to
V.
get
Bobby
Bobby
V.
V got caught up, and the transgender person was like chasing him with the camera, like, yeah, look at this, and
Right.
I'm just like, damn, bro, like,
If
what's going
everything
on?
if everything is supposed to be cool, everything is supposed to be equal, and hey, you can have heterosexual sex, gay sex, whatever sex. Why are y'all exposing people? That doesn't make to me. It like there's a logical inconsistency there. It's like, okay, well,
Yeah,
how can you expose somebody for doing something that's not a big deal? That's like, how you gonna expose somebody for taking out the trash on trash night?
yeah,
That's not a
yeah,
thing. You know what I mean? Like, you only expose somebody for, and let's not say, oh well, we don't know. You expose somebody because you want other people to look at them. So that the point is, when that transgender person outed Bobby V, they wanted the rest of the world to say, "Ew, Bobby V, you're nasty.
right,
Look at Bobby V, you're disgusting."
right,
Why is the Bobby V disgusting? Bobby V is
right.
disgusting because he has sex with you.
Right. Right. Well, that's what they want. Yeah, and they know that a person's reputation, especially a man who is known to be straight and walks in circles where people are like a little more rugged or thugs or the drugs or the
Right.
streets. Like if they knew that, you'd be exiled, you'd be got, like you'd be like your street credibility would be shot out the window. Like stuff like that can really ruin your reputation and your
Yes.
relationships with the people. So they know the damage that it causes, man. But as to
They,
why
they
yeah.
they weaponize that shit when it's to their benefit.
Right. They
Like, it's like they
weaponize it.
weaponize the sexuality when it's to their benefit. And I'm not saying
Right.
all. Obviously, I'm not saying all. I'm sure some we do their thing, they keep it moving. But
Yeah.
others, like, bro, like trying to out people and all that, is like, yo, like
Yeah.
cisgender women don't out dudes. You mean, like,
Right.
if anything, because if you out me, like, it's a W for me. Like, say Brittany Ryan. I'm about to say Grinder. No, that's an L.
Oh, not her.
Brittany, what's her name? Brittany Renner hit me up. Hey, you know what? Boom. Let me take you out to cheesecake. Cool. Let me do this. Let's go to the Days Inn, and I'll blow her back out. You
Yeah.
mean, like she can't expose me for that? I'm gonna be like, go ahead, go tell
Right.
everybody. I want you to tell everybody. I want you to put on me. Listen,
Yeah.
baby,
I know.
make me famous. Like,
Yeah. Make me
make me
famous.
cool.
It's so interesting too because this makes me think about Superhead. And because Brittany Renner, they say she's like the next our
Yeah.
generation Superhead. Well,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not us because I grew up a Superhead, so that's my generation. Shout
Mm-hmm.
out to Corinne Steffens, Shorty, you nice, you had
Mm-hmm.
skills. But she wrote a whole book about all the niggas in the industry that she was messing with,
Yeah.
and in my eyes, I'm just like, well, with the exception of the when she even made a whole list of like genital size. What I
Yeah.
mean? That's the part where I was like, I would hate to be on that list
Yeah.
on a bad end of that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like everything else, though, was just like you just look like a huge
Yeah.
304.
Them dudes are not
You
taking
look
that.
bad. Like you're writing this book and you're telling about all the people that you been
Right.
that shot up the club and been up in the
Right.
guts and you gave head to,
Right.
but you
Right.
look bad.
Like, you gave Shaq a blowjob. Like, okay,
You
like,
look bad. I don't
are we
care if
supposed
Jadakiss tapped. I don't care if
Right.
Busta
Right.
did it. I don't care if the whole locks got in there. Like
Like,
I'm saying, props to them
that's
niggas. You know what
weird.
I mean? Because you
That's
bad and
weird.
you probably get some crazy dome,
Yeah.
but it looks bad. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just something about people in a certain demographic that if they get bitter or envious, or they want, or of course if they want to profit off something, they'll expose it. Just like a shorty who might sleep with you, and then if
Right.
you do something to upset her, I'm gonna tell your wife. You know what I
Right.
mean? When a side bitch start getting too comfortable
Yeah.
and she start, you know what I mean? Or I
Yeah.
don't know. It's always something, bro. But I
Just-
definitely agree that it's foul. Like
Right.
if you want to respect, if you want people to respect your sexuality and your nature, the way that you are, the things that you do,
Right.
and your preferences in the bedroom, then why would you out somebody who doesn't want that to be
Right.
outed, man?
Don't weaponize it. Don't what
Don't weaponize it.
the
Right.
only reason you expose someone is to hurt their
Right.
reputation. That's what you're
Right.
trying to do. And the crazy thing
Right.
is, it seems like they don't take that next step to say, okay, well, how am I hurting their reputation? You're hurting their
Right.
reputation by saying they had sex with you.
Right.
Meaning you are the anomaly in the situation. You're the fucking uncommon factor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not him.
Right.
He's banging people. Well, I mean, I guess it's him now, right? Because you outed him. But like you are the one. Like you are the one that because he banged you, we look at him different now.
Right.
And I don't even
Right.
know why you would even want to out somebody like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like wow,
I
like
don't. Well, he allegedly there's this sexual assault thing in the background. I don't want to say too much because I don't know what words YouTube's flags,
yeah,
but like there's like this case that this guy, Stephen Harper's trying to build up. So in this context, maybe if that is true,
yeah,
then there's some kind of case behind it. But in every other situation where there's not that involved, like it really is some bullshit
yeah,
though. Like so I mean, Dwight, we're at 15 minutes. Dwight, listen, brother, whatever you want choose to do in the bedroom, you're right. It is your choice. I'm sorry that
yeah,
you got outed. I'm sorry that it's out there. Um, if you're trying to do stuff in the DL, you got to be careful who you engage with. That's the biggest thing. You can't. I always say you don't stick your dick in crazy, whether it's a woman or a man. That's across the board, bro. Like
the
you
other,
don't you don't stick it in crazy. That's always my
right.
philosophy, and it's led me well. So I don't know, man. Do you wanna be final thoughts? Or you wanna open up to the community and see what they think about this?
That's all.
Cause
That's all I was thinking. I mean, let me know if y'all think differently, man. Like,
yeah,
what's the logic here? What's the angle? You mean like
yeah,
I guess I just can't imagine having sex with like a high caliber woman, right? Let's say I have sex with Megan Good,
right.
and I'm like, I hit Megan Good up a month later, like Megan Good. You listen, if you don't give me a $10,000, I'm gonna tell everybody on Instagram that you and I had sex. I got some pictures. I'm like,
Yeah,
is that really a like? I mean, that's like
yeah,
like coming at myself, right? Isn't that
right.
like, damn, like look, Megan Good is the shit.
Yeah.
Why would she have sex with a loser like me?
Yeah,
Like,
that's facts. That's facts. Well, my final thought, and I'll keep it really short. That's because I feel like it's related. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard about it, but the dude who was on some show exposing that he like was having sexual relations with Lori Harvey and he ain't used no condom. Have you seen that?
I heard about it. I ain't see the thing. I heard
Well, he
about it.
was just talking. They were asked him if he had slept with Lori Harvey. She'd been ran through. Shorty, you for the streets. You for the whole industry.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I don't fuck with her after she did what she did to Michael B. Jordan anyway. But um she but my whole thing is like why a dude like that see I'll tell to the fellas like fellas if you smashing the shorty if she's bad if she's high profile or anything like women love a man who can be discreet like the nigga who getting all the play is the guy who can keep his mouth shut because shorties don't want them to know that they're getting ran through. Shorties don't want their business out there. Shorties try to keep things on the low because they don't want to get their notch count to go out there. So if you can be discreet and don't expose them, you will do much better with the ladies. But also, in my opinion, that's female shit. Like
yeah,
you should not be gossiping about all the shorties you ran through. Like let the women, if they want to talk about it, let the women talk about it. But as men, we gotta do better, man. Please don't do that. Like that's my final thought on that too. Exposing people is just bullshit. So,
yeah.
like and subscribe. Let us know what you guys think. Let's see what happens with Dwight. Maybe we'll make a follow up video when this resolves, if it
Right.
does. And yeah, I mean that's all I got.
All right. We'll see y'all next time. Man.
All right, y'all.